All right, Coach, would you like to give us your opening statement?
Sure. I mean, just tough game. I feel bad for the fans having to watch that. We just, we didn't do a good job of taking care of the ball. We didn't have great energy. Not a lot of good things from that game, but definitely a lot of things that I think, we talked about this after last game. We got exposed on the offensive rebounds. Tonight we got exposed breaking a press, and so that's kind of what you play these games for. So I think it's an opportunity for us to continue to strive to get better, and that's just how we're going to take it.
Yeah, Coach, I had a question about the lineup rotation that you had throughout the game. Ashley played a lot of the first half over Megan. Can you just kind of talk about how important that is kind of going into conference games, getting a lot of experience for these younger players?
For sure. I mean, Ash is, she's been great. I mean, really, we have 4 post players right now. I think all of them are doing a fantastic job. It's been fun for me to get to spend some more time working with the post players. And I just, they have great energy all the time. I thought Ash did a great job on their big post player. And I think that was why, we had her in there. And she just, we talk a lot about making the most of your opportunity, and I thought she really did a good job while she was in there. So I'm comfortable with Ash. I'm comfortable with, obviously, Ava, Lex, Meg, whoever it is. They all work well together, so it's a good group.
And Ava, you led the team tonight in assists with 4, and 3 of them were to Megan and kind of a high-low in the post there. Kind of how nice is it playing with another post like Megan, who you can just kind of throw it up there and she's able to keep the ball above the defense?
Yeah, I mean, it's great, like being able to, show that part of my game with Megan is fun, just because I am playing a post position right now, but, Tracy lets me pop, and whenever I can get it to Meg, I, try to get it there.
Coach, you talk about your biggest takeaways from this game and just kind of like what lessons you guys are going to learn going forward.
Yeah, I mean, I think, we have to handle pressure, and I think if we had handled it, I think the first couple possessions, then that's a totally different game. But it's the same thing. I mean, and I keep going back to the offensive rebounding. If you allow someone to do something, they're going to continue to do it, and we can't expect a different result. If we don't come to the ball, it's going to be a turnover. If we try to make a skip pass, when we're double teamed, it's going to be up in there. They're going to steal it. So we continue to try to do the same things that we ask them not to do, and we're not getting a different result. So. I think for us, it's really, we have to do the things that we know we're going to be successful at and buy into that. And so I think, this was a good example of, hey, we're not doing what we're asking you to do. So until we do that, like, it's going to be how it's going to be, It's a great group. Like, I love coaching these ladies. They've bought in. I think they want to do the right thing. And so I think it's just a matter of, we have to just continue to grind, get better.
Coach, just kind of talking about some of the scheduling right now in the season. This is the second of 3 home games to kind of start the season. We have some really long road trips going into December and January. Can you kind of talk about how important it is to establish this mental toughness right now, getting ready for these road trips, especially for a lot of young players on this team?
For sure. Road trips are hard. They're fun. Travel is obviously always wears on you a little bit, but I mean, that's the nature of this conference too. Like, we have to be prepared to travel to Texas and just bus rides to Vegas. It's just how it's going to be. So I think the sooner we can lock in and just, understand, every trip is important. Every game is important. This game obviously was a quick turnaround. That's what conference looks like. You have a day in between to prepare, and you got to get your body right and feeling good and bring the energy. And I felt like you could tell that we had played a game, 2 days ago. I think we looked a little bit tired and just didn't have the same energy. So I think we have to understand that, like, you have to get ready to prepare for the next game. It's nice to be at home. Obviously, I think one of our goals was to try to win every game at home, and we've played some tough teams. I mean, that team I think was picked to come in second in their conference. So we have a tough preseason, and that's the way I like it to be. I think that's where we're going to be better when we get to conference, but not if we don't take away good things from these 2 losses and continue to get better.
Yeah, and Coach, with that kind of going along with that, you guys struggled shooting in this first half, weren't getting a lot of shots to go on. There were a lot of open looks when you were getting them, especially from 3, but how important is it to keep the players' confidence up when everyone's kind of in that shooting slump, and then it turns around and you have a better shooting half in the second half?
I mean, shooting, I think if you're a shooter, you're a shooter. And if you miss your first 10, you have to think you're going to make your next 10. I mean, that's just the way it goes. I did think that we lost some opportunities to get the ball inside. I thought that, when you are struggling from the perimeter, we have to find ways to get the ball in there. And I did think Meg had some good seals. I felt like, Ava did some good things in there. So I would have liked to see us get the ball inside a little bit more. Once we got it in there, we were able to get it down into the post, and we got some pretty wide open looks. But, I think we struggled with the pressure, and that was where we were trying to get it to the weak side because it was wide open. But it's a tough pass to make. So.
Coach, Ava came in today at 10 points, 8 rebounds. Charlie came in today, played big minutes. Can you just talk about your confidence level and like your younger underclassmen?
Yeah, they're awesome. I mean, every day I'm impressed. And I will say, I thought Ava played a great game. I mean, overall, I don't think as a team, collectively, we weren't great. But, if you look at individual players, like I thought she brought some really, really good energy to the team and brought some good things when she went in there. And I think that's one of the things that I love most about her is like she's just a competitor. And if you know me, like that's probably my biggest thing is I just want people to compete. I want to compete, and if we win, we lose. To me, like winning is going to be a reflection of us competing. So she's a star.
Yeah, and kind of my next question relates kind of to that. Ava, I mean, your second game in college, I mean, it's kind of impressive just how you've been able to deal with this kind of competition. Depth chart wise, you're sitting behind Jaden, who's probably looking to come back within the next month or so. How do you continue to fight for your position in the lineup when you have a more experienced player like Jaden in front of you?
Just go to practice every day, go to work, and when my opportunity comes, take it. But otherwise, I'm here for my team. I know my teammates have confidence in me, so whatever minutes I get, and I know Tracy, will give me the opportunity when the time comes, and so I gotta take what I get.
Would you like to leave us with anything?
No, just, we're back home on Wednesday, and I feel like we've had 2 great crowds, and I know not the outcome that we want, but I hope people just stick with us, and I promise you that we will continue to get better.